Hello everybody, welcome back to our HTML and CSS tutorial. In the previous episode, we have discussed how to use CSS Flexbox and grid layouts, and in today's episode, we are going to learn how to use responsive design in HTML and CSS. And this will be what we are going to be creating for today's episode. But the thing is that it's not about what we are seeing right here, it's about how responsive what we have right here can be. And to show you that responsiveness, I have created two pages as an example. This page right here and this page right here. And this one is the page that I've added responsive design to, and this one did not have any responsive design applied to it. But there is no way of telling which one of these two has responsive design and which one did not have a responsive design until I show you what I mean with responsive design. So the thing is that let's just take this one as a large screen, because I have created 3 screen patterns for this tutorial. That is a large screen and a medium screen and a small screen. So let's just consider our large screen as a PC screen, or let's say a laptop screen, or anything that has a big screen just like that. And for our medium screen, let's consider it to be a tablet screen viewport, or let's say an iPad screen viewport. And for our small screen, let's just say it's a mobile phone screen. So for someone who is viewing our website with a large screen, that is with a PC, he will be seeing our website in this format. But for someone who is viewing it in a medium screen, like an iPad or a tablet, he will be seeing our screen in this format. This container will be covering only 70% of our browser, while in this viewport, it is covering almost entirely except for this little space right here. And our logo, this logo and its text, they are aligning themselves now at the top right here, and for these links at the bottom, they are now at the center of our browser right beneath our logo right here. So if we were to shrink it even more to something much more smaller, like a font width, it will be viewing in this format like this. So when someone is viewing our website in a phone, he will be seeing it in this format. Our logo will be at the top right here, followed by these links like this, and this responsive box, this container, will be covering almost 90% width of our browser, just like this. So this is what responsive design means. And if we are to go back right now, let's take it back like this. And for this page that does not have any responsive design applied to it, now just watch. If we are just to shrink it like this to a medium screen size, nothing will happen. But for this one, it will just started acting very responsively accordingly. This box is now covering only 70% of our browser, and our logo is at the top, while these links are just being at the center very perfectly and very responsively. And for this one, nothing will happen. And if we were to shrink it even more like this, and now it started looking a little bit messy, because look right here, this text are now being in one place, their margin at one place, and this is not something we want to happen, because it is just looking very awkward and weird like this. But for this one, it will just act accordingly the way we want. This one that does not have any responsive design is not acting the way we want, and is kind of giving us a very messy look right now. So what we are going to be creating for today's episode is how to make our website very responsive like this page. So let's go back inside our text editor and start writing the HTML code for today's episode. First of all, let's start by creating a header tag like this, and inside this header tag, let's create a div tag like this, and let's give a class to our div tag. And for the class, let's just call it something like logo-container like this, and let's come down inside our div tag and create an image tag. We are adding the image, our logo image, and I already have it right here inside the same folder as my lessons files like this. So let's just add the image. For the source of our image, I just need to add the name of my image, which is logo.png like this. And for the alternative text, let's give it something like logo like this. And let's come down and create a span tag like this, and let's store our logo text inside our span tags. So let's give it a class of logo dash text like this. And let's come right here and add the text tech with Ismaeel like this. And let's come down right here and create our nav tag like this. And inside this nav tag, since we're creating a navigation bar, let's start with adding a UL tag like this. And let's give a class to this UL on ordered list. So let's give it a class. And the class, let's call the class something like nav dash links like this. And let's come down inside our unordered list and create a list item like this. And let's also create an anchor tag inside our list item like this. And for the direction, that is for the path, let's just leave it to this path, this page, sorry, with a hashtag like that. And right here, let's just say home like this. And let's just copy what we did right here with Control C just to make it easy, and paste it 1, 2, 3 like this. And right here, let's make it about. And for this one, let's make it services like this. And for this one, let's add contact like this. And I think we are done with our header. So let's come down and start the main body. And for the main body, let's create a container. So let's add a div tag like this, and let's give it a class. And for the class of this div tag, let's call it something like content like this. Let me just add a closing symbol like this one. And let's come down right here and create another div tag like this. And for this div tag also, let's give it another class. And for the class, let's call the class of this one box like this, since we're going to be creating our responsive box inside this div tag. And let's come down inside our div tag and create a h2 tag like this. Inside that container, let's create a h2 tag. And for the h2 tag, let's add the text. Let's give it something like responsive box like this. And let's come down right here and create a paragraph tag like this. And let's just add the text. This is a responsive box, comma, it adjusts its size based on the screen size like this. And I think let's just leave this box like that, and let's just come down right here inside our body tag right here and create another h1 tag like this. And sorry, inside this h1, let's just say main content section like this. And let's just come down right here and create a paragraph tag. And inside this paragraph, what we're going to do is that let's just store a random text. And you can generate a random text by just typing in lorem like this. It's a lorem ipsum text. If you just type in lorem like this, you just hit in tab key like this, it will just generate all this text for you. So let's just come back right here. And now I think we're also done with our main tag, since this is all we need for the main. We're not going to be adding too much content for it. And let's come down and create a footer. And since our footer is not something that will contain many things, let's just go with this and copy semicolon like this. And let's just say 2024. Let's say tech with Ismaeel like this. And let's just say all right resolved like this. And this is the code for our HTML. I think we are done with everything. since we have created our header and then the main body right here and our footer. I think we are done with the HTML code, so let's just save it with Ctrl S and go back inside our browser and refresh. As you can see, everything we've added has appeared. So now let's just go back and style it. And for the styling, let's go inside our CSS like this. And for the CSS, let's start with styling our body tag like this. And let's also style our body tag together with our unordered list, since what we are going to be doing is just removing their margin and padding. So let's start with removing the margin with 0, and then let's also remove the padding with 0. Then we are done with it. So let's just come down and start styling our header tag. And for our header tag, what we are going to start changing for our header is the background color of our header. And for the background color, let's just go with something like this dark color, and then let's style a text color. And for the text color of our header, let's go with a white. Since the background is dark, the text should be white like this. And then the next thing is the padding of our header. And for the padding, let's just give it 10 pixels at the top and bottom. And for the left and right, let's just give it something like 20 pixels like this. And let's come down again and go with the display of our header. The display should be flex like this. And the next thing is the justify content. And for the content justify, let's just go with space between right here, space between. And the next thing we're going to do is the align items. And for the align items, let's make them center like this. And I think we're done with our header also. So let's just come down right here. Let's start scrolling a bit like this, and let's style our logo container. The logo container we created inside our header, let's style it. And since it is a class, let's go with logo dash container like this. And let's just make it display. The display should be flex. And then let's also go with align items. And for the align items, let's make it center like this. And then let's come down right here. And the next thing we need to style is our logo. So let's target our logo because it is inside our class logo container. So let's just go with logo container. Then let's target the image inside our logo container. And let's just come down, and for that image, I think the only thing we need to give for this image is for its max width. Let's just give it something like 40 pixels like this, and let's just leave it like this. And let's come down and let's style our logo text. Since our logo text is also a class like this, logo dash text like this. Sorry, logo dash text and curly bracket. Then what we are going to give it, first of all, let's start with changing its color like this. And for the text color, let's just go with something like this, something white, since the background is dark. And then let's also give it a font weight. And for the font weight, let's just make it bold like this. And let's come down right here, and let's also adjust its font size. And for the font size, let's give it 20 pixels like this. And let's come down again and also change its font family. And for the font family, let's just give it cursive like this. I like giving my logo text a cursive font family just like this. So let's just scroll a bit like this, and let's come down right here, and let's style our nav links, that is our UL tag. Since we give it the class nav links like this, nav dash links like this. And what we're going to do for this one, class nav links, I think let's just remove the list style like this, list style. And for the list style, let's make it none like this. and let's also make it display to flex like this. And I think we're done with it. That's the only styling we're going to be giving it for now. So let's just come down and let's also style the list items inside our UL, that is inside our nav links. Let's style the list items inside. So what we are going to do, let's target it with the class nav links like this, and then let's target the list items inside this class. So, and for them also, we're not going to be giving them much styling, so the only thing we're going to be doing for them is their margin, or let's just go with margin right. And for their margin right, let's just give it something like 20 pixel like this. And I think we are done with them also, so let's just scroll a bit like this, and let's come down right here. And the next thing we need to style is the anchor tags inside our list item. So let's just copy it like this with Ctrl+C, and let's come down right here and paste it, and then let's target the anchor tags like this. So for the anchor tags, what we're going to be doing is that let's start with changing the text color of our anchor tags to white like this, and let's come down again right here and remove the text decoration of our anchor tags, because by default they are having that underline at the bottom of them. So let's remove it with none like this, and I think we are done with our anchor tags also. So let's just come down right here, but first let's just scroll again like this, and now let's move to our main body. So let's start styling our main like this, and for the main, let's just give it a padding of 20 pixel. Sorry, padding. Let's just give it a 20 pixel padding like this, and let's just leave our main like that. And let's just come down and start styling the responsive box we have created. And for that box class, since it's a class box like this we've created, and what you're going to be doing is let's start with changing its background color. For the background color, let's make its background color to white like this, and let's come down right here and give it some padding. And for the padding, let's give it a 20 pixel padding like this, and let's come down again and give it a box shadow like this, box dash shadow like this. And for the box shadow, let me just use an RGB color. So let me just copy the color with Ctrl+C, and let's paste it right here, and we have added this color. It's almost a black color, but not pure black, just slightly not black, almost completely black. That is what the color is. And let's also give it a border radius, and for the border radius, let's just give it something like 5 pixel, since we don't want it to be curving too much. 5 pixel will be enough. And let's just scroll down a bit again, and I think maybe we are also done with the main, since we didn't add too much things in the main. We're just going to leave that h2 tag without any styling, just like that. And let's just move to our footer like this. And for our footer, what we are going to be doing, since our footer we just need it to be at the bottom, so let's go with its position. Let's make the position fixed like this, and let's come down and remove its bottom. So for the bottom like this, let's also make it 0 like this, and let's come down again and make sure the width of our footer is covering the 100% size of our browser like this with 100%. And let's also come down and change the background color of our footer. And for the background color, let's just go with this dark color also, and let's come down again, and what we are going to be doing is to change the text color like this. And for the text color, let's also give it a white text color. Let's just go with FFF like this. And the next thing is our padding. So for the padding, what we are going to be doing is let's just give it a 10 pixel padding at the top and bottom, and then 20 pixel padding for the left and right just like this. And then lastly and finally, let's just go with text align. Let's align the text inside our footer to center like this. And I think we are done with the first part of the styling, because now we have just done the default styling. And now let's just save it with Ctrl S and go back inside our browser. Now if we were to refresh, as you can see, the styling has been applied successfully. And the next part of our styling will be the responsive part. And since we are going to start making it responsive to fit in a tablet viewport that is a medium screen size, let's adjust the screen size to almost like this. Yes, like this will be perfect. Like this will be perfect for our tablet viewport. So now let's go back inside our text editor and make it responsive, because now it is not being responsive. If I were to squeeze it like this, nothing will happen. It will just keep in shrinking, becoming this messy like this, merging everything at once right here. Everything is not being responsive now. So let's start with styling it and making it responsive in a viewport of a tablet that is a medium screen. So let's just go back inside our text editor right now. Let's just leave our browser in this size format like this, since we're going to be styling the tablet viewport like this. Let's just leave it like this. This is okay. And let's go back inside our text editor. In CSS, to apply a responsive styling, what you need to do is to call in a media query. And we do that by typing in @media only screen like this, and then a parenthesis, then we add in the screen size we are targeting. So let's just go with max width like this, colon, and the medium screen size we are targeting now is 768 pixel screen size like this. And what we did right here is not something confusing, don't get panicked. We just call in a media query for only the screen size that has a maximum width of 768 pixel, and that's it. That's just what we did. So let's just add in our curly bracket, and now whatever styling that come in between these two curly bracket is going to be the styling of a screen that has a maximum width of 768 pixel, just like that. That is the medium screen we are targeting. And let's just maybe add a comment right here that will indicate that this is a styling for a screen size that has 768 pixel, which is our medium screen. So let's just say, sorry, since we are commenting, we go with like this, medium screen like this. Let's just say medium screen like this, or medium screen styling like this. It's much better. So let's just close in our comment like this, and let's start styling the medium screen. And first of all, since we are going to start changing the header direction, that is, we want this logo content right here to appear at the top of this once, while they will just adjust in to the center of our header. So let's start making our header to be flex, and it flex, let's make sure that it is in a column pattern. So what you're going to do for the header like this, what you're going to be styling is the flex direction. So let's say flex direction like this, and for the flex direction, let's make sure that it is column like this. And let's come down and style our logo, that is our logo image. Let's also target it with the class logo container and the image inside that logo container. So what you're going to be doing is, let's make it maximum width, since we want it to reduce its size when it turn into this medium screen view. So let's just go with its maximum width like this. Maximum width, let's make it 35 pixel like this. And I think that's the only thing we're also changing for our logo. We want it, since in our normal screen view it is, I think, 40 pixel is maximum width right here, is 40 pixel. We want it when it is in a tablet or medium screen view to be 35 pixel. to just reduce its size a little. That is just what we did. And I think we're also done with the image. So let's just come down right here and style the text inside our logo. That is the class logo text right here, logo text, this one. And what we are going to do for this one also, let's reduce the font size. So let's make the font size to be something like 18 pixel, because in the normal viewport we make it to be 20 pixel right here. It is 20 pixel right here. As you can see, font size is 20 pixel right here. So we want it when it is viewing in a normal screen view to be, in a medium screen view, to be 18 pixel. That is just what we are doing right here. And then let's style the nav links, nav-links. These nav links, what we are going to be doing for them, we want them to be at the center. So let's just start by giving them a margin top like this. Let's make it 10 pixel like this. I think 10 pixel will be okay. And then let's text align them. Let's make them to be at the center like this. Let's just say it's not text decoration, text align. I'm targeting a text align like this. So let's make it center like this. And let's just scroll a bit like this. And the next thing we should style is the box, that responsive box we created inside the browser. What we need to do for this box, we want it to be covering 70% width of our browser when it is viewing in a medium screen. So let's target it, since it's a class. Let's go with box. We're targeting the class. So for its width, let's give it a width of 70% of our browser when we are viewing it in a medium screen like this. And let's also make its margin at the top and bottom to be 0 pixel. And for the left and right, let's just make it in the center by making it auto like this. And now if we are to save what we did right here with Ctrl S and go back inside our browser, if we are to refresh, as you can see, the styling has started being applied. Now if we were to adjust it to normal screen view, that is large screen, it's like this. And if we were to shrink it to a tablet or medium screen view, it will be like this. Very handy, just like this. And the next styling we need is the small screen, that is a mobile screen viewport, because now if we were to shrink it, it will not change from the medium screen size. It will just keep staying like this. So let's go back inside our text editor and also style it. And to do that, we're also going to be using a media query. So let's come down right here and let's just scroll a little bit like this. And let's also call in a media query for this screen. We will say at media only screen and parentheses like this. And what we are going to do is that let's give it a max width of let's say 576 pixel. That is a small screen we are going with, 576 pixel like this. And let's add the curly bracket. For this one, let's also make a comment. So let's just copy the comment of this one with Ctrl C, and let's just paste it right here with Ctrl V, and instead of medium, let's say small screen styling like this. And for this one, let's style the class logo container, that is our logo. Let's style its image like this, img. And for it, let's go with its maximum width, since when it is in this medium screen it will be 35 pixel. Let's make sure it is much more smaller when it is in a small screen. So let's give it something like 30 pixel like this, and I think we're also done with it. That is the only thing we're changing for this one. So let's just come down, and for our logo text, since it is also a class, let's target it like this, logo text. And for the logo text, let's also make it something much more smaller also. So let's say font size like this, font size, let's also make it something like 16 pixel, since right here it is 18 pixel right here. Let's make it 16 pixel right here, and we're also done with it like that. So let's scroll down a little bit, and let's also change the format of our links, because right now the links are like this, and we want them to be in a column in such a way that they will be in a column format. This one will be above this one, and this one, and this one. So that is what we're going to be doing right here. So let's target them with the class nav links like this, and let's go with the flex direction of this nav links. Let's make it column just like that, and let's also come down and target the list items inside, and let's give them some margin at the top and bottom so that they will not be collapsing into each other like that. And so let's target them with the nav links like this, and we're styling the list item like this, and let's just say margin, and for the margin let's just give it 5 pixel at the top, since top and bottom, since we don't want them to be collapsing into each other. And for the left or right we don't need any margin, so let's just make it 0 like this. And that's it for the header of our small screen. So let's just style the box container we have created. It is also a class, so let's target it with the box like this, and let's just adjust its width like this to 90% width of the browser like this. And let's also make it in the center, so let's make it margin to be 0 at the top and bottom, and at the left or right let's just make it auto to be at the center of our browser like this. And we're also done with the styling of our small screen like this. So let's just save it with Ctrl S, and if we were to go back inside our browser now, if you were to refresh, you just need to press in Ctrl R to refresh. As you can see, now everything is working very responsively. Now if you are to adjust it, this is a medium screen and this is a large screen. If we were to shrink it, this is a medium screen and this is our small screen. This is how you use responsive design in HTML. And you know what, let's just go even much more extra with this styling to make it even much more understandable for you guys. Is that let's just change the theme of our website. Let's assume when someone is viewing our website with a large screen, he will see this color, this dark color, and when he is viewing it with a tablet with something that has a medium screen like this one, he will be seeing a different color. And when he is also viewing it in something a much more smaller screen, he will also be seeing a different color. Let's just do that right now, and it's very easy. Let's just go inside our code, and since we're going to be adding a theme, let's just create variables at the top right here. Let's add some variables and store the color of our themes inside. So let's just say root like this, and let's create our variables, and let's just see, let's call this one theme1, theme-1 like this, and let's store a color inside this one. And for the color of this one, let's store a dark blue color. So let me just copy the color right here with Ctrl C, and let's just paste it right here with Ctrl V like this. And let's create another theme. This one should be for our medium screen theme, and this one let's call it theme2 like this, theme-2 like this, and let's store another color let's just copy the color with Ctrl C, and let's just paste it right here with Ctrl V. This is a light blue color like this. This one is a light blue like this, just like this. So let's just make sure that when we are viewing our website in a medium screen, it will just be showing this color, and when we are viewing it in a small screen, it will be showing this color. Let's just do that right now. And to do that, what we need to do is to come inside our medium screen styling, and let's go inside our header, and let's change the background color of our header. The background color of our header. Let's just see, let's go with the variable we have created, this var, and let's go with theme 1 like this. And let's just copy what we did right here with Ctrl C, and let's also create a footer. So since it's a footer, let's come at the bottom. It's better to learn how to do it this way, everything to be accordingly like this. So let's just go with footer like this, and let's paste it background color like this. If we are just to save it like this with Ctrl S now, and go back inside our browser and refresh, and if we were to squeeze it like this to something like this, as you can see now, when we shrink it to a medium screen, the color has changed. The theme of our browser has changed. And if we were to take it back to this viewport, the color will go back to this dark color. And if we were to shrink it, it will turn into this color. And let's also add this kind of feature to our small screen. So what we're going to be doing is, let's come inside the small screen styling right here, and let's just come right here, and since we're just adding the styling for our header, so let's style them together, header, comma, and then footer. Since we're just giving them the same thing, let's just go and paste it background color, and instead of theme 1, let's go with theme 2 like this. 2 like this, and let's just save it with Ctrl S. And if we are to go back now inside the browser and refresh, if we are to shrink this one, when it is in small screen, the color will change to this one. And if we are to take it back like this, the color will change to this one. And when it is in a large screen, the color will change to this one. This is how you can use responsive design. This is just a little extra way of making you understand what we did right now. The media query get active when we reach the screen size we have targeted inside that media query, just like this. Now it's being very responsive. This responsive box is only covering 70% of the width of our browser, while in this one it is only leaving the space margin, the default margin we add this one, and in this one it is covering almost 90% width of our browser. And just as this ones, they are also being very responsive. And this color will even give you a much more better way of understanding what we did in today's episode. I know this might be a little bit more confusing to understand, but you know, sometimes watching this for the first time might be a little bit confusing for you. So if you need to watch it over and over again, I think you should do that, because knowing how to create a responsive design is very, very important in creating a website. And I recommend you try as hard as you can to understand what we did here. And if you have any confusion or you have any question, you can just drop your question in the comment section. I will be very, very happy to answer all your questions. And this is it, how you create a responsive design in HTML and CSS using media queries. So I think this will be the end of today's lesson. I hope you guys enjoy. I know this is a very long episode, but still, I hope you enjoy it. See you in the next one.